11th of August, 2021 AEW.
Good old JR. Fuck, I mean, I'd rather replace JR and kiss Vince McMahon's ass than watch this show. This is fucking dreadful. But here, it is what it is. We have to. The fuse are dying on this channel. We need to try and do something. We need to pump up the fuse. We need to inject the poison. As Vince McMahon would say, let's inject some fuse, inject some new videos, and we're going to inject ourselves with bleach now by the advice of Donald Trump after watching this episode of AEW. Atrocious. Where will we start?
Nyla Rose losing to
Right,
Chris
big man lost. A man lost to an alien in a women's match. I mean, fucking 0 women in the match, but yeah, you know what I mean. That's what it is.
with Vicky Guerrero at ringside with Orange
Screaming in the
Cassidy.
face. I'm surprised they didn't turn it off at that. I mean, it was bad enough. See, when she said "excuse me," I mean, the WWE product was still like, it was passable then. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's screaming in this AEW, and there's really nothing. I only really watched this to maybe hear JR on commentary, even though he sounds depressed. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, every day I check no DQ for news, and there's no wrestling news. But one day we're going to check it, and it's going to say, "Good old JR kills himself after having to commentate on one more AEW match." Because this show is pish, right? I feel sorry for JR. I mean, they need a commentator on Raw, right? They cannot find a play-by-play guy, so why don't they just get JR back?
Oh hell yeah!
I know Vince doesn't like the look. Oh, JR's not the face of a. Fuck. Who gives a fuck? How many times does the camera go on the commentators anyway?
I know.
Not often. Who cares? I mean, you might see him a couple of times during the show, but you're going to hear him throughout. What would you rather fucking like see somebody twice who looks alright but sounds like shit, or see someone who looks like shit twice but sounds fucking amazing? You know what I mean? It's not rocket science. Vince, get your money out, right? I know fucking Tony Khan's he's got more money than you, but fuck him, right? His two teams are shite. Jacksonville Jaguars are pish, Fulham are pish, and the only reason the Jaguars have never been relegated is because NFL don't do that shit. So I mean, or else they'd probably be in the League 2 equivalent. Right, what happened next? Went off topic, fuck it. You need to get us back on track here.
Jericho defeated Warlord.
Fat man.
Aye.
So this is the fourth labor of Jericho. Jericho wins.
What the fuck's this?
He hits him with a bat called Lucy or something. Annabelle? I don't know what it was called.
Lucille?
Was it? I don't know. Some bat. And then some guy I've never seen in my life comes out. I think he's supposed to be the Sonny Sunday. They're making it as if he's a big deal. But he runs in, starts throwing some shite punches, stomps Jericho and misses by about 10 yards. And Jericho has to sell it. Which, I don't know, makes Jericho look pish. Who is this guy anyway?
Oh.
Are you going to do anything during this video or just yawn? I'm carrying it.
It was Sean Spears, that's who
Is
it
that
was.
a perfect 10? Well, I'm giving him a fucking 0, right? Because his punches and strikes
Here,
are shit.
spoiler alert, that's what the fucking show's getting.
We'll just reveal the number early. Right, and then Sammy Guevara comes out, and maybe he's still getting buried after Sasha Banks comics, because it's not so much a hot. You know, what's the equivalent of a hot tag? A hot save? I kind of just ran in and got barred, so. And then Jack Hager decides to come out and help 2 minutes later after the damage is already done. MJF, in my opinion, this guy's just stole EC3's gimmick, and he's not as good as EC3. Probably because EC3 was around a lot earlier than, I mean, if EC3 just debuted around this time, he'd probably be shite too. Not that he's great, like, but you know what I mean? And then he says next week the fifth stipulation is no Judas effect, really? So Jericho can't use an elbow? What do they do? Look at all the other moves. Codebreaker, fucking Lion Salt, Walls of Jericho.
Lion Tamer.
Bulldog
thing he does.
Aye, I mean, if Jericho can't beat MJF without an elbow that he never used to do when he was relevant, I mean, then he didn't need an elbow to beat Rock and Austin in the same night. So does he need an elbow to beat Morgan Jacob Freeman?
My name is Morgan Freeman.
That's not his name, is it? Maxwell
Jacob Freeman.
Now, who cares?
Jacob Maxwell Freeman.
Are you anything to add to this?
No, it was pretty shite. Next up though, we had
Young Bucks backstage playing basketball. They were about to do a layup, saying They said they're the greatest tag team ever about 10 times, and that does. I mean, you can say it 100 times, doesn't make it right. You know what I
I
mean?
mean, Charlie Haas and Benjamin were hardly the greatest thing of all time, but they're fucking superior to these two.
Yeah, but I know, but the fact they were in Team Angle, you could believe it. I mean, look at who they're teaming with. Fucking Kurt. Look who these guys are teaming with. Fucking Kenny Omega. Worst tag team of all time.
Yep.
Speaking of him, we'll get to him later. The Jurassic Express come in without Marco's stunt, without the 3-foot Marco did, and they do a slam dunk, and Luchasaurus is like, "Not in my house, son," and then walks off. So I don't know.
Oh, hilarious.
We then had
A tag? No.
we then had fucking Tony Schiavone, son getting battered, and this was weird. So now you explain it. I'm sick of.
Aye, right. So basically, we're going to bury your son, Tony. I don't. QT Marshall and the rest of the job squad. They drag Tony Schiavone's 35-year-old son, but try to get him to act about 12.
Yeah.
And then they make out that Tony Schiavone should be the one defending his son, even though he's 65 and frail. And
when
then
it should
out
be
comes the even frailer 50-year-old Big Show who can barely walk.
It's a Big Show. I thought the Big Show was going to either. I was expecting one or two things. Either Big Show to break down and cry, or a heel turn. Surprisingly, we got neither. Choke slam to some bum, and then he stared at this QT Marshall. Not that QT Marshall wasn't a bum. I just you told me his name there. And I don't know the name of the other dude. So, but yeah, I mean, how's Schiavone? I mean, they're making it so Schiavone should be battering these three to protect his son, yet his son's like in the prime of his fucking life.
Tony Schiavone in his prime.
It was a commentator.
Exactly. So
his son's training to be a wrestler. Fuck me. No, but at least when Taker's beating up fucking David Flair, you know what I mean? It's like,
yeah,
he's a rookie and Flair's the man.
Aye.
But Schiffone's just a guy who holds Schiffone's a guy that holds a stick to people's mouths. That's it.
No, but even if this was Hogan, like it's Hulk Hogan. Yeah, he's old, but it's Hulk Hogan. Schiavone's Schiavone. He's a fucking commentator.
Me. I don't know. Didn't make any sense.
Awful, fucking awful, man. It really was.
I can imagine wrestling like fucking Vince drags Austin into the ring. And he's like, "I'll beat him up, JR, if you don't fucking quit and go to AEW." I mean, fuck.
What are you doing?
You fucking half decrepit face bastard. Go back to Oklahoma. You know what I mean? Like, what? Just this fucking all wrong, right? And then is it main event time? Right, main event time, right? Kenny Omega hits a bunch of moves that look a lot more impressive than his finisher and doesn't do nothing. Then kills this guy with about fucking 4 knees. A knee that would literally like knock you out. And he just picks him up to do a shitey 1-8. This one-winged angel looks pish. It does. It's the safest move ever, right? They're trying to make it as if it's like this killer. You're literally taking a flat shoulder bump from about 5 feet because Kenny Omega's really tall.
I know.
I mean, this is not a dot. Even looking at it, though, right? This is not a. And even the way he drops them, it's as if he's got them like
in a cradle. Fucking.
He's protecting them. No, this is like
awful.
This is like you're fucking playing with your dog and you're wrestling him.
Wait, but how can every other move look like he's actually killing them, right?
But the finisher looks as if he's fucking. This is like something you would do to like a newborn baby, and you're like, oh yeah, like swinging shit, and you're. I mean, this looked awful.
No, at least a baby wouldn't have had to remember this show because it was fucking atrocious.
But then he actually didn't finish him with that. He lifted him up. Then him and the Young Bucks did like a freeway knee.
Awful, just awful. Oh, but these guys are the greatest of all time.
Then then that guy that used to manage Kurgan grabs the mic
and the Truth Commission.
Aye, what's his name?
Don Callis. Virgil.
I don't fucking know.
Virgil Signan.
And then he's cutting a promo. Christian comes out, calls him a
I don't know.
jack off. Then Christian says he spoke to Scott D'Amore. If you don't know who that is, it's Impact.
Oh, I didn't know.
The guy that runs
When he
Impact.
said Scott, I thought what? Scott Steiner, Scott Armstrong, Scotty D'Amore. Oh, what?
Used to be
Used to be
Team Canada.
Really?
Not a wrestler, just a guy with a mic.
When?
Like it's Tony Schiavone. Right, he was in Team Canada with Eric Young and Bobby Roode.
Oh, that team I thought you were on about the Un-Americans.
What? Fuck no.
Fucking hell, it just got worse.
And then so Christian comes out, and he's like, he said he spoke to him and fucking the other, that goofball Tony Khan. What the fuck? And then he says he says that they've got a match scheduled for the AEW Championship at All Out, but they don't have a match scheduled for. He says Kenny's got 2 titles, and he points at the Impact one, the one that Christian held.
The
back
one that's
when,
fucking worthless will defend that on Friday, brother. I mean, that's pretty much.
I wouldn't even defend that on Sunday night fucking AEW Dark. I mean, come on. And then Christian says he's going to defend the Impact belt at the pay-per-view, and then Kenny Omega's trying to do this shocked face, and it's like it's some of the worst facial expressions you'll ever fucking see in wrestling.
Yep.
And people say this guy's the greatest. Oh, and then Don Callis is like, for the first time ever, you're gonna have a, what is it he said? It's
5-star match.
Before that he said something else.
Kenny's gonna kick out at 2.5.
I said, you've got. He said, no, I said something like, he said, you've got one of the best finishers I've ever seen. Kenny can't wait to kick out of it. And then he says, you're finally going to get your dream when Kenny Omega carries you to a 5-star. I mean, come on.
This guy was in TLC too.
1,
3.
fucking, all the TLCs, fucking ladder matches. Fucking, I'm sure Christian Edge. I'm sure this guy's had fucking great matches, right? In TNA, him and AJ, him and Angle, probably
King of
him
the Mountain
him and
matches.
Joe. I mean, come on.
Fucking his matches with Cena, Jericho,
Yep. So I mean,
Van Damme,
but to
Jeff Hardy.
but to suggest like that,
Fucking ECW in 2009 was better than this shit.
him beating fucking Ezekiel Jackson.
There will
But-
be no stopping.
But you know, there'll be no stopping AEW's ratings tanking because this show's shite. I'm giving it a 0, right? The reason I'm giving it a 0
Because it's
is,
fucking shit and it deserves it.
yeah, no. Plus, Britt Baker came out and JR said this is the loudest ovation I've ever seen anyone get here on Dynamite. And I'm not saying JR's lying, right?
Well, at least he said fucking Dynamite.
Yeah, but like, I mean, really?
Bet you Jericho.
Sting's been on Dynamite, Jericho, Christian. Really? Britt Baker? Well, it's going to be fucking hee-haw to the Invasion CM Punk skit in a couple of weeks anyway, but that's it, guys. Maybe AEW will be a wee bit better.
Aye, hopefully, guys. But 0 out of 10 in the bin. Till next time, if there is a next time.
There'll never be a next time.
Peace.